JET program, it's a huge program. In Nashville, it kind of jumps between, I think the most we've ever sent is about 80. This year, we're sending around 50, with a little bit over 40 of them having left in one big group at the end of July, either as assistant language teachers in the school system or something called coordinators of international relations, generally in Japanese government offices. And we had 41, 39 of whom were ALTs and 2 were CIRs. Our group has to get up a little earlier than most. In this case, everyone had to meet at the airport at 4:30 in the morning in order to catch a 7 o'clock flight with a connection in Atlanta to eventually get to Japan. It's a fun time. It's kind of a crazy energy. Everybody, myself and the Jets themselves, are obviously quite tired, but also quite excited because this is, after all the months of preparation, the adventure is upon them. So we get JET applicants through our office from quite a few states in the Southeast and even the Midwest to some degree. But I think by virtue of us being located here in Nashville, a majority of our applicants end up coming from Tennessee. On this occasion, I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 of the 41 people that we sent on the JET program either are from Tennessee or went to a university here in Tennessee, or both. And the great thing about the JET program, the great thing about sending people from all over and sending people from right here in Tennessee, is that they get the chance to go over to Japan to share their home culture with their host community, to share what it's like to be a Tennessean in Japan. But then at the same time, most of them ultimately do come back to the US. And when they do, they find all kinds of ways to engage and to share Japan with their home communities through the JET Alumni Associations, by interacting with our office, participating at festivals, perhaps helping, if they're teachers, set up a Japanese club at their school that they're teaching at here in the US. The Jets actually begin their journey about 10 months before they actually go to Japan. Each year, the JET application goes live on JET Program USA in late September, and folks have until mid-November to submit their applications. At that point, we do a first round of screening and then interviews in the winter, usually late January, early February. They find out in late March, early April, whether or not they were successful for the program. And that's when things really start speeding up. We need to collect documents from them. We have a lot of onboarding, these days, Zoom-based programming to help prepare them for the move. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining us today for our first event of the Jet onboarding season. Today, we're going to be talking with several current Jets who have taken the time to wake up bright and early before the start of their workday to talk to you guys about their experience on the program. And then we also try to set up some in-person events. Our Jet Alumni Association here in Nashville hosted several, called them Tomodachikais, just kind of informal get-togethers over the spring and summer. And we also hosted a Yakiniku barbecue. It's a great event to bring out the Jet alumni, to bring out friends of Jet, and to introduce them to some of our soon-to-depart Jets. One of my favorite things about interacting with our Jets is that because the base requirements are that you have U.S. citizenship and a bachelor's degree, we're able to accept people from all over, from all different majors, from all different backgrounds. So you really wind up with a rather diverse group. It's a lot of fun talking with our Jets, finding out where they're from, where they studied, what they're looking forward to in Japan, and then just where they're going in Japan. I mean, we place people throughout the country from Okinawa in the south to Hokkaido in the north.
Hello, my name is Jace Locke. I graduated from Belmont University. I am from Nashville, Tennessee, the Music City, and I'll be going to Homoatsu.
My name is Sophia Moss. I am from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I graduated from Middle Tennessee State University, and I am a departing Jet to Saga Ken.
My name is Jake Yoder. I am 22 years old, doing the Jet program. Graduated from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, with a degree in journalism and a minor in Japanese. And I'm going to be placed in Saga Ken in Kyushu.
So my name's Amanda Boeing. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I just graduated from the University of Tennessee with linguistics and Spanish, and I'll be placed in Tokyo.
Hi, my name's Lauren Smith. I am from the Nashville area. I've been here for the last 5 years. However, I graduated from Auburn University in 2017 with a degree in architecture and interior architecture, and I will be going to Muroran City in Hokkaido.
Hi, my name is Emily Tucker. I just graduated from Mississippi State University. I'm from Vienna, Virginia, and I'm moving to Kagawa-ken, Sanuki-shi, or Kagawa Prefecture in the city of Sanuki.
Jets, they're going over for this really exciting experience in Japan, but most will come back to America. And so it's an important opportunity for our soon-to-depart Jets to meet our alumni so that they can begin their networking, maybe figure out a loose plan of what they'll do when they get back to the States before they even set foot on the airplane to Japan.
My name is Amber. I currently live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was a Jet in Nara, Japan from 2016 to 2019.
My name is James Shively. I'm from Columbia, Tennessee originally. I was on the Jet program in Izu-Oshima for 3.5 years. Did early departure, so I got a little extra time in, luckily. And I returned to Nashville in 2018. And I'm currently the treasurer of the Jet Alumni Association in Nashville.
My name is Amanda Cantrell. I currently live in Nashville. I was on the Jet program from 2015 to 2016 in Ehime Prefecture, and I'm currently the president of Jet of Music City.
And of course, because we're dealing with such a diverse group, everyone's going over with different hopes, different dreams, different objectives. So it's a lot of fun to speak with them and learn about what they're most looking forward to in their Jet journey.
Regarding the school situation, obviously the kids, interacting with them, intermingling the different cultures, but outside of that, definitely the hiking, the different environments, the temples, just the Japanese life.
I mean, the serious answer is like everything. The more specific answer is I am incredibly excited to have the opportunity to be in a new place with constant new experiences, things that I would never have the opportunity to do here in Tennessee, much less in like America.
Oh man, I think I'm really looking forward to kind of experiencing something just so totally different from anything I've ever experienced before. The city that I'm living in, Ureshino, is relatively small, and I've always lived in big cities my whole life, so I'm really looking forward to experiencing kind of small town Japanese life, and hopefully making friends there and being able to become part of a community and just a culture completely different from my own.
I've always wanted to live abroad in another country, so I'm really looking forward to all the challenges that will bring, and I'm really excited to improve my Japanese ability and make some new international friends.
I'm most looking forward to being in Japan, of course, but I'm also really looking forward to teaching English at the schools there. I've been volunteering with an organization here in Nashville for the last 5 years where I read books to kindergartners in the Nashville Metro Public Schools. Really have loved doing that, so I'm really excited to actually get to teach English and interact with my coworkers and my students that I'll be teaching with.
I'm most looking forward to getting to know the kids at the different schools and being able to interact with them and share the different cultures, as well as interacting with the communities.
So my favorite part of my jet experience, I think it was getting the chance to meet so many people, both internationally and domestically, people from all over the place with so many experiences to share.
So I was lucky with my placement. I had a pretty rural placement. I was on an island with about 8,000 people. So I was really lucky to have, like, I think a truly kind of culture immersion experience, being in a really rural area where there weren't so many foreigners. Was able to experience a lot of, traditional Japanese culture things.
Mostly I have been talking to a lot of other jets, either ones that are in Japan already or are going to Japan soon. I've been doing very bad attempts at learning Japanese. The best I can do kind of with what I have. And I've just been reading up a lot about my prefecture.
Oh geez, well, I've been doing a lot of packing already, even though it's like still a month before I leave. Just kind of pre-packing and research for sure on Kyushu and Ureshino and Sagaken, and seeing, what the weather is going to be like, what I need to bring. Trying to study Japanese. I mean, I minored in it, but you don't look at a language for a month and then all of a sudden you don't know anything anymore. So I'm trying to keep up with my studies there.
Mostly a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of logistics involved, but also just trying to brush up on my Japanese skills as much as possible before I leave, just to make the whole transition easier. So mostly a lot of research about where I will be and what I'll be doing and how I can be the best teacher I can be.
To prepare for departure, I have been just doing a bunch of different things. I have studied Japanese for the last year or so at MTSU. I feel like that has really helped me prepare for my time when I go over there. Some of the other things I have been doing is I have been preparing physically as well as mentally. I teach spin class as my part-time job right now, but that's really fun for me to do as far as keeping up my physical and mental health. Also, some of the other things I've been doing is just nitty-gritty adult paperwork. I've been renewing my passport. I've been buying new things such as new suitcases to pack my stuff in, just really upgrading to go to my time to Japan.
There's been a number of different pieces of paperwork that we've been going through, as well as making sure that we're bringing all of the things that we'll need over the next year that we might not be able to get in Japan, such as medications or personal items that are specific to America, and just arranging to make sure that your belongings in the States that you have to leave behind are still well taken care of.
So as an alternate, I wouldn't say it was a shock originally hearing back about it. It's like, but at the same time, it's still the aspect of having a chance, which was really nice and warming to keep to. This was during the process of me being a senior at my university. So I would say around 2 weeks after graduating is when I upgraded, and I heard the call, and it was like honestly one of the most exciting things ever in my life. So I would say it's from being alternate to upgraded, it's definitely it's a wholesome experience. Because I was upgraded from an alternate, I didn't immediately hear about my placement until like others have. So I kind of only been able to do like surface level research regarding Japan, especially to that like stuff I could bring, souvenirs I can give like my fellow workers as well. But I will say one of the bigger things I've been doing is I managed to go back to a summer counseling job for a program that I've been a part of my entire life. So I would say it's like in a way it's kind of training me and giving me that experience with kids and teaching them certain subjects and such things as that.
I love events like this because you get an opportunity to talk to the new ALTs that are coming in, which for someone who's been out of the JET program for several years, it's very exciting to hear what they're doing, their plans, what they're going to do when they come back. And for all of us who have already been on the JET program, we have this unique shared experience of Americans who lived in Japan and then have come back to Nashville. So to be able to talk about our experiences without feeling like we're burdening our coworkers or like oversharing with somebody, like we all have that same experience, and it's just so refreshing and welcoming to be among people that will understand.
I actually am a huge fan of the JETA events. These are really great places to not only meet other JET alumni and to talk with other people who are going off and departing for the JET program, but to just meet people who are in the Japanese community here in Nashville and people with an interest. It's a really, really great opportunity.
Yeah, events like this, like our Yakiniku event today, are really important for, I think, the main two reasons I like events like this is so we can bring in the future departing Jets and they can have an opportunity to talk to former Jets and get an idea of maybe what they're in for. We can't always answer all their questions because everybody has a placement that's a little bit different. But I like being able to kind of take them under our wings, so to say, and try to give them some pointers and tips. And also, we enjoy trying to invite as many people from Nashville's Japanese community as possible to events like these. Some years we have more come out than others, but it's always nice to be able to, have some people come and like make sure we're doing Yakiniku correctly,
So events that we actually get to meet with, JET alum and other outgoing Jets are really, really helpful for being able to, understand what the experience will be, kind of talk about our current JET experience with the other outgoing Jets and see what they've gone through, what's worked for them, and getting different arrangements in order for, different pieces of paperwork, what has to be signed and whatnot. And being able to understand more of the JET experience from the JET alum has been really, really helpful in terms of just seeing what they had to do and what they got to do and all the different things that made their experience unique and the things that we'll likely share.
When you hear it directly from the person regarding over Zoom or in person at events like this, it just kind of gives like a whole more human experience, I guess, to say to it. Basically like, okay, this is what you should do when you go over there. This is what I did, and now I'm trying to help you out here and make it a lot easier. So I would say it kind of gives it that more human experience rather than just like reading it exactly word for word on Google or such things as that.
It's been really nice just to be able to meet other people in the same situation as me and have friends going into it, as well as an idea of what to expect when I'm there. Because I think like a lot of people, it's kind of a daunting challenge. So having people that have done it before and can give you a lot of tips and advice has been really helpful in keeping my anxiety levels down.
So my advice to the departing Jets, I know that you have a lot going on. There's so much information you're being piled with, but the biggest thing I can say is don't worry too much. Everything will be just fine. Just relax, take a deep breath, and enjoy the ride you're about to go on.
Jet departure is always a bit of a whirlwind. We typically have our group come into Nashville the day before they fly out so that we can hand back their passports. Then those that are coming from out of town actually stay at an airport area hotel so that they'll be good and close to the airport for the early morning departure. In this particular case, everyone gathered at 4 a.m. To catch the 4:15 shuttle bus across to the airport. We then proceeded to get them their tickets, check their bags, and then on to security for the connection to Atlanta. It's really exciting there right at the end when everybody's come to Nashville, everybody's getting ready to fly out, because you get to meet everybody. You get to meet the people coming from much further afield. There's just a different level of energy, a different level of excitement when they're right there on the cusp. I mean, some of the folks that we were sending out, at least one of them confessed that it was his first flight ever. So I know that there are a lot of emotions. They're sleepy, they're excited, they're saying goodbye to their family, and it's great to hear kind of what's going through their head at the time.
So my name is Davis French. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I went to the University of Louisville, where I graduated in 2018 as a computer engineering and computer science major. So I've spent the past 4 years actually working as a software engineer until I decided to kind of take the chance and apply to JET, and luckily I made it in, and I'm really excited to be moving to Tsubatamachi in Ishikawa-ken to work as a CIR.
My name is Tyler Hackman. I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee. I graduated from Austin Peay State University in Clarksville, and I will be going to Oirase, Aomori Prefecture.
So, hi, my name is Lily Hennig. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I graduated from Murray State University, and I'm going to be in Tomakomai City in Hokkaido.
I'm Colin Hastings. I'm from Maysville, Kentucky. I graduated from Morehead State University, Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and I interviewed for the JET program to be an ALT. Hope to be working in Ibaraki Prefecture.
My name is Michelle. I'm Michelle Mika. I am from Berea, Kentucky. I graduated from Berea College in Berea, Kentucky, and I majored in Asian Studies and Child and Family Studies.
So my name is Zoe Alexander. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I had gotten both of my bachelor's and my master's at the University of Memphis. I will be placed in the great city of Kobe in Hyogo Prefecture.
My name is Gabriel Tasma. I'm from Tupelo, Mississippi. I graduated from Ole Miss University, Mississippi, with a major in classical civilizations. I'll be placed in Akita Prefecture in the city of Kita Akita.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to, but I'm really looking forward to the food, I think, because I've heard from a lot of people that I know who've kind of been to that area. They say like the seafood is to die for. So I'm really excited to try the food, but then to also see what it's like kind of living in a smaller city.
Everything. Like, it's just such a brand new experience for me that I can't just have, all of these expectations of like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is my plan or whatever. I just want to like take everything in stride and just really fully enjoy my experience in this present moment, because you'll never know what's gonna happen. I'm just so ready. I'm so excited.
I think if you ask me every minute, it's going to be a different answer. I feel a lot of nervousness, a lot of excitement. I think primarily excitement. It's really hard to put into words. Just finally realizing and being here at the airport that it's finally happening. So I think right now, excitement.
I'm so excited. I've been waiting to apply to JET and be a JET for 7 years now, so it just feels like a dream come true for me.
Tired. It's pretty early, but I'm very excited. I've been very excited for a long time now.
I've told everyone, it's wild. It's crazy. It's been such a bittersweet experience the past 3 weeks where like you're so excited one moment and then you're like crying with your family at the other, and it's just really big mood swings. But right now, I am only feeling excited and having a lot of anticipation.
I'm game. Like, it's really interesting to meet a bunch of other JETs that are going to be going through this program with me, so I know that I'm truly not alone. And it's still a little bit surreal, but it just feels real enough for me.
Nervous, I'm excited, nervous. I'm moving a quarter of the way around the world to start a whole new life with 2 suitcases and a backpack. A lot of pressure, but it's gonna be fun, gonna be new. Already made a lot of new friends, so I'm excited to see what happens next.
Very nervous. At the same time, very excited. It is becoming, we're one step away from being in Japan, and that is, just a wonderful feeling after having built up to it for months and months and months. But yeah, excited and incredibly nervous. Well, I've gone through a few more of the informational and training sessions for the JET program. And I would have to say that those have really helped me prepare for the reality of the JET program and what it will be like to interact with my Japanese coworkers and live in Japan and maintaining a certain amount of mental and physical wellness. And I think those are really important for, not just an imaginary land where you're going off. It's a real place and you're going to have real struggles within that place, even if it's a wonderful time. I think it's just continuing to make an effort and go to all the events that they offer to help you learn more about the JET program and learn more about living in Japan is really the best way to set yourself up for success and not feeling overwhelmed when the day finally arrives.
The JET program itself only lasts for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Eventually, people finish the program, but the hope is, the expectation is that they don't finish their course with JET, that they can continue on to engage with the JET program, to engage with Japan as JET alumni, grouped together in JET alumni associations, working with outside organizations like the Japan America Society of Tennessee, just finding ways to share their Japan experience with their neighbors, their friends, their family right here at home.
My name is Madeline Adams. I am a JET alumni from 2000 to 2002, and I lived in Haramachi-shi in Fukushima Prefecture. And my current role is the CEO of the Japan America Society of Tennessee. At the Japan America Society of Tennessee, we are an organization, a nonprofit based in Nashville, but serving the entire state. JEST hosts a number of signature events, including here in Nashville, the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival, Memphis Japan Festival, promoting Japanese culture to the Tennessee communities, but as well as lecture series, an online book club that we just started, a women's leadership forum, and networking luncheon, really focusing on women in business and topics that are relevant to both Japanese and American business women and men. So lots of things that we do, although a lot of our events are open to the public. A question always comes in is, how did I get here? So the JET program is definitely one of the big reasons for that. JET, what it brought to me was just a really incredible, unique opportunity to live in another country, especially Japan, but to live in another country, to be completely immersed, to learn the language, to learn the culture, to be adopted by, the community that I lived in, to become a resident and really become part of what not only the community that I lived in Haramachi in Fukushima, but also to the JET community. So everywhere I went following my JET experience through grad school, jobs, different cities, different areas, I always sought out a connection to Japan, trying to connect to the Japan or the JET alumni associations in the cities that I lived in, just to find a community, people that had similar experiences. How I ended up here in Tennessee was through museum education, which to me I directly link back to my JET experience, and also really looking for a connection back to Japan. And Nashville, we're fortunate to have the Consulate-General of Japan in Nashville here, and through that and the organization of the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival, which JEST organizes, I became a volunteer, I became involved, the JET Alumni Association became involved and went to some events, and trying just to find that community of like-minded people with similar experiences, even though we're all extremely different from very different walks of life and very different backgrounds. So having that connection, I think, was just really important to me everywhere that I moved. So how I became where I am now, sitting in this seat, is just being involved with JAST as a volunteer, being involved with folks at the consulate, getting to know, I should say, people at the staff here at the Consulate-General of Japan in Nashville, being involved with the JET Alumni program, and just being involved. The position opened, and with my experience as director for other nonprofits and working in education, but also with a strong connection to Japanese culture and keeping up with it, and not ignoring what I learned over 20 years ago. So that's what I definitely credit to. The JET experience led me to where I am today. So the relationship between Japan and Tennessee is extremely important for so many reasons. Having a Japanese footprint here in Tennessee is important to teach and educate and provide opportunities for many people to have an experience that they might not reach outside of their rural or even Nashville city community. So that's one reason why it's important. But the other is that I'm learning in my position now at JAST that Tennessee has 200 Japanese businesses that call Tennessee home. And what a lot of the businesses do, they are big names that you recognize, they are small companies that you don't recognize, they are subsidiaries of big companies that you recognize. But what those Japanese businesses do is they send their assignees from Japan to live in Tennessee. So the Tennessee-Japan relationship is extremely important to foster and build and grow the interconnectedness, the cultural growth that can happen here in an area that is not a coastal area, that is not a border state, that is not necessarily one wouldn't readily think of an Asian influence here, but it's extremely important for that reason. So the JET Alumni program here, JET Alumni experience in Tennessee is extremely important to be advocates about Japanese culture, about foreign experiences, about learning another language, about promoting something that is really foreign to a lot of Tennesseans. So the big question, of course, is how does one get involved? And if you are a college student, apply to the JET program. The JET program not only provided me with a career opportunity, but with really incredible, super amazing friends.